What you think and what you feel in relation to that, please hit like buttons and subscribe as well. We've got some super chats here I want to do. It says that it's why we love the FA Cup. Teams have a go. Only goal is to get into the next round. I think you're right there, Gavin. Like what he said, people are this idea of not being happy until we dominate 90 minutes of every game. I just find all this stuff really strange, personally. Poch out with a different coach. Do you guys think with a different coach you'd be in the title race? Any of you believe that right now?
If we had Ange this season, I promise you'll be in and around there. I promise you'll be in and around there, man. Because he's brave. He's a brave manager. Poch is too reserved. He thinks about the opposition too much. Ange is like, let's just go play our game. Yeah, I'm gonna play you left back, right back, centre backs, midfielders. Not Gallagher in the pivot. Enzo not in a 10. He just loves the basics of the game, whereas Poch overcomplicates things. So I reckon if we had a better manager, bro, like an Ange, for example, I don't know if we'll be in the title race, but I think we'll be up there in terms of top 4 right now.
I think we should be up there anyway with this squad with better coaching. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, because I think Ange has done a magnificent job in coaching. So it's hard to say, because I don't know how clinical we would be under him. That's all. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. But we should be up there anyway, even with Poch in charge. Not in a title race, but further up.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of attacking-minded players, and he's an attacking-minded manager. Yeah, right. That goes hand in hand. So that's how I have to look at it. And again, he doesn't overcomplicate things, man. So I have to look at that as well. I reckon if we had someone like him, I think we'll be a lot higher than where we are right now.
There's not many better managers out there, though. I saw that Xavi Alonso might be going to Bayern, so we could get Tuchel back, which I'd love.
No way, man.
Tony won't do it.
This is the most overrated manager. Why do people overrate Tuchel so much? I really don't understand why. I know he won us the Champions League, but this is the most overrated manager I've seen at Chelsea. He has to be, right? Yeah. The season before he got sacked, from January onwards, we nearly got into a top 4 scrap. People forget that, right? Yeah. And then don't forget that performance that we put out against Zagreb when he got sacked. I was happy when he got sacked. I wasn't happy with the replacement. That's what it was. But Tuchel is so overrated by this fan base. It's unbelievable. Yeah, this is a man that just wants. He's after Dyer now. Eric Dyer. He wanted to get rid of Levi in the summer. Come on, bro. You're telling me you want him back?
Wants to get rid of
Kimmich. Nah, man. Tuchel. He can. No, he's on food watch. He can stay. He can stay there, bro. Listen. You want to see UCL? Stay there. I don't want you back. I don't want you back.
Stay in history.
Yeps here says we've had 5 nailed-on starters basically out all season with Reece James, Chilwell, and Kunku for Fofana, Lavia. This is because the team and people expect us. This is our BC. I don't know what that means.
This is
BC team, right? Okay, so our B team or our C team, and people expect us to challenge. I think, I don't think it's about expecting you to challenge. I think it's about not being mid-table. I think that's the being mid-table is the issue. If you guys were sitting 5th right now, 10 points off top, I don't think anybody would be overly criticizing you at that point.
No, if we were 7th right now, no one would be saying anything. If we were 7th right now with 9 more points, no one would be saying anything right now. Still need improvement a little bit, but we'd be a lot less stressed than we are right now.
No, I agree. I completely agree. Dan here says, I thought it was a good performance. Credit to Preston. They defended very well in the first 45 to 50 minutes. In the end, it was a comfortable win.
They got that, man.
Yeah. I mean, as an outsider looking in, I didn't think Chelsea were anywhere near as bad as some people in the comment section are making out. And and Devin's here, actually. Devin dropped out, but Devin's back with us because Devin has said in the private chat that you kind of disagree with this, and Chelsea, the Chelsea fights to win for a full 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's for me, that's how I started off loving Chelsea, because I know Chelsea as a team that always fight for the full 90 minutes. Whether we're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, we fight straight through. So when I look at Gallagher, at the time they were fighting straight through. Reece James, so it's like when you lose that backbone, what Chelsea was all about, you're looking at a different Chelsea. It's hard to get motivation if the person who have been there through the system isn't there to show what we are about.
I was stressed this.
Go on, Winter Surfer, go on.
I don't think you can look at Reece James like a player like that. He's missed so many games. You cannot look at him like that. He's basically just another, at the moment, he's just another member of that dressing room, like the kit man or something, because he hardly plays. So to look at Reece James for anything at this moment for that squad shows me, if you are looking at that you are weak-minded, because you shouldn't be relying on someone like Reece James. He cannot be relied on. He's a great player when he plays, but he's the greatest availability is always the greatest asset someone can have, and he doesn't have that at this moment in time. You shouldn't be relying on him. I
understand.
If Gusto stays fit, Reece James is behind Gusto even when he's fit. Right.
No, the problem is, for me, the problem is not the fact that Reece James isn't a player that can produce for Chelsea. There was never a issue regards to his performance, but rather his fitness. So that's the whole, when it comes down to Reece, that's the whole problem that we have. So he has never given that amount of time playing as a player to show what he can bring. But when we look at it, we say, okay, Gallagher is performing this year than everyone. And I mean, he has to. If Reece James is not fit, who is the other player there? Chilwell is another player that comes from the Chelsea Academy. Colwell. So basically, the pressure is on him. He wants to be at Chelsea. He's been from the Youth Academy. So he has to show it up.
I hear you on that, bro. I do. There's a comment here. I want to put this out to the panel. Broja has 2 goals in 33 matches. He's not it. Are you all in agreement with Don here that great as Broja's goal was today, this is someone you guys have got to look to sell and improve on in the transfer market?
Yeah, I would say even when we got Jackson there, we still need to improve. We still need better. That's why we're linked with Tony. That's why we're linked with Osterman and others like that. We need a gunman. We do. Those guys are backup strikers. They are not starting strikers at a club like Chelsea. They're just not, and we need better. I'm sorry, we just do. They can play their part. They can play their part. Maybe Jackson will play his part. Broja just looks. I'm glad he got his goal because he wasn't playing well until up until that, and the goal sort of changed his game after that. He looked better. He looked more agile. Yeah. I don't know what it was. That goal just
confidence, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I just don't. We just can't wait for him to get that.
That's
the position.
Spot on, Andrew.
The 2 positions at this club that need to be from the top is the goalkeeper and the striker. They need to be the best of the best. Now, Petrovic looks okay at this moment in time. Let's see how he's going along. But the striker needs to be someone outstanding. I don't care. It just needs to be to carry us.
You guys don't want to. Sorry, go on, Kieran.
Oh no.
Okay, look, I agree. What I'd say about your goalie as well, Petra. You guys did that with Mendy. It was like he came in, he wasn't meant to be number 1. He looked good. Let's stick with him. It's like even if Petrovic looks good for a while, you guys have still got to go out there, I think, and buy a top goalkeeper. SK Assist says there was no press from Preston, and we still looked, and it still took 45 minutes to wake up. I will put it down to the magic of the FA Cup. Preston got pressed. I don't know. They didn't press higher, but they definitely pressed and won the ball back on a number of occasions. Yeah, I swear I saw that. I saw some.
They did. They sat back well. Soaked in the pressure, and then they were playing their football. And when they could press us, when the time was right, they were doing it, bro.
Yeah, they were balancing it correctly. Sterling single-handedly cost us, I think he means to say, 6 points versus Wolves and Villa this season. Both games were 0-0 when Sterling doesn't pass for an open goal opportunities.
Yeah, sure. It was just him. It was just him. No one else on that pitch.
Yeah, them games are gone. Forget about them games. Yeah, you move on. Sure. Forget about them games. Gone.
Sure. In fact, it's true, man. Yeah. It's true though. If we score, the game changes. The game changes. Like against Wolves, look at that. We lost that game. If he scores first, the game completely changes. You know what I mean? So I agree.
Game changes, maybe not for us.
I get you on that. Who would you put down as sort of your top performer today, your man of the match? Who would you go for, Don?
Ooh, I'll probably say Gusto, man. Honestly, man. Value for money, this guy, him and I'd probably say Palmer have been the best 2 signings that have been made on the clear leg in terms of value for money. Badiashile was never fit. Do you know what I mean? He's been missing for quite a while. Palmer's doing what he's doing in terms of getting goals and assists. And then Gusto, every time I'm watching him, bro, none of us here are speaking about missing Reece James. Do you know what I mean? So again, for me in that second half, he switched it on, man. He when he got that first assist for Broja, he nearly got another one that identical to the first one, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? went over to the right-hand side, and you could just see him just doing what he does, man. So for me, it has to be Gusto again today, man. Top performance.
How about yourself?
I agree. He's competent in both sides of the wing backs or left back, full backs. I don't like him on the left because I like a left footer to be there, but he's very competent. Settled well. Second half, he looked like he was desperate to score in that second half. So he was attacking well. So he's coming along very well. And Don is right. This is why we bought when we signed Gusto. We were just all talking about when Reece James gets injured, we've got someone there to back up, but we don't need to think about Reece. And this is what this guy's doing. That's why it's more important to keep this guy fit now throughout the rest of the season, because he's vital to this team. He's vital to Potts as well.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Kieran?
I do, yeah. I think Gusto, it's a massive compliment to himself. I think that replacing Reece James, that we haven't talked about missing Reece as much. So I think last year when Reece James was missing, he was a massive part of our team, and everything just went downhill. Him and Chilwell went downhill. So it's a massive compliment to him. I think he's done really well the last couple of games. And listen, he's only 20 years of age. Massive improvement ahead as well.
Crazy.
So it is crazy when you actually think about it. But I thought Nani was really, really good when he came on as well. Like I thought he was excellent. I thought he was direct. I thought he wanted to get behind. I thought he wanted to shoot. He should have scored. That's the only thing I'm going to hold against him. But I thought he'd done really, really well. But I think
it's weird because he scored a banger with his right foot.
I know.
I know. All he had to do there was like switch it to the other side and just literally whack it across the goal. Would have gone in.
Listen, we're all going to be critical how bad we are in front of the goal lately or the last year. But no, as credit where credit's due, I think Malo Gusto has done amazingly well this season as well. So he deserves a massive shout out.
Terry, what did you think of Mudryk today? Question for you, my friend. What did you think of him today? The second half.
I thought Mudryk just had a very beige, mahogany, average game. Like he has good moments, but I kind of forgot. He is not. I don't even remember him. I don't remember a single thing he really did.
Let me ask you a different question then. Do you see a big? Do you see progress with Mudryk in terms of what you were seeing at the beginning of the season, or even from last year? Do you see a different player now when you're watching him?
I think there's been marginal improvements. He doesn't look the same player. I watched him play maybe 10, 11 times for Shakhtar, and he looked electric. I think some of it is confidence because, as you said about Broja, when Broja scored, suddenly he looked like his hips weren't stuck in the mud again, like he had a hip replacement. And I think Mykhailo Mudryk's a little like that. He doesn't look very fluid. So many of his touches are heavy. Some of his passes are overhit. Again, I just thought it was a 5.5 out of 10 performance. The one good thing, he isn't doing anything catastrophic in games that's costing you. Does that make sense? He works hard, he keeps shape. So that element is good. But again, I just think for a £90 million player, you're getting very, very little from him, really.
Terry, on a side note, do you wish that Spurs had played today so you could discuss Timo Werner with the Spurs fans?
Well, that was my last question for you all. What? It's really funny, right? Man United fans were fuming we were linked with him. This is how I know there's a lot of fake outrage United fans out there. Fuming. And I've seen them all quote tweet this afternoon. I bet he kills it there. Good luck, Timo Werner. I'm glad we're not going to ruin you. If you thought we were going to ruin him, why were you angry about the signing? It didn't make sense. But yeah, like Spurs signing him for 6 months. You obviously all watched him play regularly. How do you see that one going, Andrew?
Oh man. He'd be the perfect guy if he could only play 3/4 of the pitch. And that's before he gets into the penalty area. If you get before that, he's fine. Once he gets there, if you've got a lot of hair, be prepared to pull it out for the rest of the season because you will get frustrated at it. That's astonishing. I don't know if that is I want to see the actual Spurs fans say if it comes, they're going to back Ange because Ange wants him. See if the full takeover has happened now in their heads. But he is. It's just not gone well. Even back at Leipzig, he's just not hit it there as well. I don't know where they play him. When Son comes back, does he go straight up? Does that mean that he's coming in, that Richarlison's going out or being sold or something like that? I don't know where he's going to play really because it doesn't really make much sense. He doesn't. If they're all fit and everyone stays, I don't see him starting a lot of games. Maybe coming on, but I don't know. He's now 28 now, and one of Spurs.
He's 28 now.
Yeah, he's nearly 28. One of Spurs on the ITKs or something, or Alistair Golder said, "Oh, but the last bit of his message said, oh, but he's expected his finishing will need to improve." And I'm thinking he's 28.
I was seeing clips of him before he joined Chelsea again today, doing the rounds again today. Yeah, I can't believe it. 10 goals he scored for us, by the way. Terry, you not only found out today that he only scored 10 goals for us. I thought it was more than that. That's how bad this guy was. In the league. 10 goals in the league. Jackson needs 3 more to match his record in like half the time. Jesus Christ, bro. It's mad.
Yeah, it is a crazy deal. And this comment here, McAvea, I can't find it now. He says a front three of Johnson, Werner, Richarlison has to be the least technical front three I've ever seen.
They can't.
I like Johnson.
That Brennan Johnson can't trap a ball. I've seen him so many times. And Richarlison, I know he's in a good run of form, but
he weren't yesterday. He was dog breath yesterday.
Oh my god!
I remember watching Salah for Basel and Chelsea, and he was immensely frustrating, like Mudryk. But there's something electric there with top coaching.
Okay, so we'll send him on loan for 2 years, and then you can buy him for 37 million.
Yeah, send him to where did is it Fiorentina? Fiorentina and Roma. That's where you got to loan him to.
As well that we have been too quick to criticize players at our club, De Bruyne and Salah, and let the likes of. I know the managers got rid of them, but too quickly, too early. We need to give them a chance. Next year, I think will be a critical season for him, and see how he settles in.
I think he's already improved a lot this season. I
have.
I was on stream with Terry and Lee Garner before, and I said literally I wouldn't swap Mudryk for Martinelli, right? And I was getting cooked in the chat and that, right? And it's not to say that I think Mudryk's better. It's not to say that I think Mudryk's a better player than Martinelli.
Take that back right now.
No. Let me land my point. Yeah, I think Martinelli is a good player. He's been poor this season, and when we had this conversation, it was quite early on in the season, and Martinelli's got more of a sample size, right? You can't take that away from him, and he's more polished than Mudryk. But like I've said, I've seen Mudryk in parts, like Terry's been saying, and especially this season, improve. And I think that he's got the ability to reach the same sort of levels as what Martinelli can reach as well. And that's the point I was making. I wouldn't swap them around. And this season, for me, Mudryk's had a better season than Martinelli. Let's be real about it. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to performances, the GNA as well. So, boy, I think Mudryk's just going to keep getting better and better. Just keep playing him. Same thing as Madueke. Keep playing him.
Just don't judge him too early. Next year, as I said, is a critical year for him. But I think there has been improvements this year. Just give the boy a chance. That's all.
Yeah.
Better than Martinelli. Maybe a better
He's had a better season. He has had a better season, man. When you've watched both of them performance-wise, yes, he has, bro.
I would say that for me, you could be right. I would say you're having a micro penis competition right there. Like,
Terry, what you're doing, you're just.
Well, neither have been good.
No, Mudryk has been good. He's been
that good, my man.
He's been decent this season. He's had good performances, right? And the amount of chances he's created for our players this season is a joke, right? It's an absolute joke. He's been robbed of so many assists this season where I'm looking at it like, raw. If that's Osimhen, that's getting buried. Yeah. If that's Tony, that's getting buried. So many assists he's been robbed of this season. Martinelli, has he been creating much this season? No. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Martinelli's not a creator, though, is he? And Mykhailo Mudryk is meant to be. So I would expect him to create a little bit more. But as I say, it's not a dig at Mudryk. I'm just saying I don't think either have been brilliant. So therefore, I'm sort of not inclined to sort of praise either, really. I think both have been relatively poor. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gabriel Martinelli, let's look at it here in terms of chances.
We're talking about the Spider-Man meme, aren't we, at this moment in time? You know, we're talking about this moment.
I'm telling you now, man, Mudryk's had a better season than Martinelli, bro. I'm not taking that one, man.